Awesome. I am kind of excited for our next guest, the West Michigan Paranormal Investigation Crew. I added the word crew. They don't really have that on their shirt, but I figured I would do that since there is a crew of you. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm more like
lay it on us.
Yeah, I'm more amped to like hear your stories. I wish we had some scary music.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
We are West Michigan Paranormal Investigation. We've been around since as a group. We've been around since February, and basically we just hunt ghosts. You know, people call up, say we got something spooking us, and we go and try to find out what it is.
And then what do you do?
Well, first off, we basically, let's say somebody actually might come up to us or call us or maybe see our shirt and ask us, I've actually had something going on. Would you mind taking a look? We'd actually sit them down, talk to them about what they might have had going on. And if they have something going on, we'll definitely come out and take a look. And we'll go out there and figure out what's going on, if it's dangerous for them, if it's something that needs to be taken care of or cleansed, and we have people that do that. And basically, we'll go in there with our equipment, our recorders, and see if we catch anything. And what we catch, we actually give them their information on if they're not crazy.
What is the cleansing process like? What does that involve?
Well, we personally don't do it, so we don't know exactly how they go about doing it. But we do have.
Is it a religious cleanse?
It can be.
It depends on the person and what their
depending on what the person's religious beliefs are.
Right.
If they want a priest, we'll put them in contact with a priest, and priest can come out and bless the house.
The power
or whatever.
of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If
You're all gonna die. Sorry.
Let's say there's a.
I love that movie. Okay.
Let's say there's a child involved, and the child's being not say tormented, but sometimes hurt or scratched or something like that. If there's something like that going on, and we find out, we'll go in and we try to go in and more or less debunk some of this stuff. We might try to even take apart the crib a little bit and and see maybe is there a screw in there that's scratching them, or is there something actually going on? And if we come out with any information at all that maybe this place is haunted or there is something going on that is unexplained that we can't explain, we will have, per se, we'll call a priest and, give them a number for a priest and actually have that cleansed.
I'm a sage burner person. Like, truly, that's my
Oh, we got a
my
couple people that know that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, where's the Nag Champa?
Yeah.
I'm sage.
So, all right, if there's something like, I guess my question is, what's the craziest thing you guys ever had to deal with?
Wait.
All right.
Wait, I have like a laying the groundwork question first before we get into that.
All right.
What do you define as paranormal?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Basically, paranormal.
That was a high five that you just said.
Paranormal is basically unexplained. Anything that can't be explained can be considered paranormal. It's outside of the norm. And for the longest time, you can look at it from the point where even standard science and mathematics that we know today was once paranormal, but we can explain it now.
Right.
And that's basically what we're trying to do. We go in and try to give people a peace of mind. Something's going on in their house. They can't explain it. They don't know what's going on. It's scaring them. We go in, and it could be something as simple as, say, the house is just settling. You got a 100-year-old house. It's to the point now where it's settling, it's creaking, it's making noises, your pipes are leaking or something like that. Or we very well could come across something and be like, you know what? You actually have an entity here. It doesn't seem malicious in any way, but if you wish, we can put you in contact with somebody that can help you take care of it. That's basically paranormal. You've got your different types of hauntings. You've got poltergeist activity, full-bodied apparitions, shadow people, you name it.
Right.
Yeah, and there's going to be different levels of our paranormal. You say define paranormal, and there's going to be tons of different levels. Like you said, it's basically the unexplained, and there's a difference between the unexplained and almost perfectly explained. Recently, like you were just trying to ask, what is some of the stuff that's happened to you guys? Like, one of my favorite stories is I got thrown out of an attic about a month ago by nothing there. And that is more of what we like to say, more crucial evidence.
Right.
There's stuff that we can come up with and say, we can't explain it. Yes, we caught it. It may be paranormal. We don't know what it is, but we still can't explain it.
Right.
But when you get picked up and thrown, you're like, it's unexplainable, but I think I know what happened.
When that happened to you, like, what... the force that was throwing you, like, did it feel cold? Did it feel warm? Like, did it feel like electricity or something weird?
It's always different, but when that actually happened to me, it was just kind of I sense kind of a cold spot over my body just before it happened, and then more like a static. It actually felt like somebody's hands, but more staticky, and then just kind of a shove.
So, one more groundwork question. Do you use any like identifying tools, or do you just have like this tremendous like intuition? Which, by the way, I actually think that I have.
Yeah, actually, Mike actually asked us to bring in
joking.
some tools today, so we actually brought in some equipment if you guys wanted to see it. But we do actually have like professional equipment between like EVPs, EMFs.
What does that mean?
Our EVPs is an electronic voice phenomenon.
Okay.
And that's going to pick up stuff that we really can't hear with our ears, like white noise and types of voices that can come over white noise. Our EMFs is electromagnetic field, which our spirits are said to be made up out of. And that's going to pick up, say, if it was electromagnetic field, that's a type of static too. And our meters will pick that up. And we found that to be quite evidential towards our findings on we'll hear a voice and our EMF detector will go off. And we're like, well, something's going on, that wasn't, that had to have been paranormal.
And then you, as like, the two of you are like the third tool in terms of being able to like describe sensation and...
Well, one of the first things we tell new people that are coming into the group and all of our members is you have multiple tools that you can use. You've got
your body.
But your best tool to use is yourself. Describing cold spots that you feel, all the way up to and including scratches, slaps, pinches, burns, all that stuff. As an investigator, you kind of have to be willing to accept that to happen to you, because that's some of the best evidence that you can get, especially if you can actually see the physical aftermath of that. For example, say, I just felt some severe burning down my back. I can't explain that.
I can't explain the burning in
you
my
lift
crotch.
Sorry.
I got molested by a ghost.
Oh my gosh, you lined that up so perfectly. Like I've got some unexplained burning, and then you're like on my back. And
There's a word for that. You might see a doctor.
Ooh.
But you lift up your shirt and you've got 3 scratches down your back that
Dang.
you didn't have
Actually,
before.
Again, you just lined up
scratches is-
another really good one, but that's cool.
And actually, 3 scratches is actually quite common. We actually call that the marking of the Trinity.
Three scratches?
Yeah. 3.
And it's sometimes more of a burn, too, more almost like a brand.
So marks show up, actually.
They can, yes.
And actually, you'll watch them, you'll start feeling it, and it actually sometimes hurts. And sometimes you'll just see 2 scratches, and you'll be watching, and all of a sudden you watch the other one, just kind of fade in.
Wow.
Gee, that's gnarly. I don't know what to say to that. This past weekend, me, Ryan, Sass, and Courtney, my friends, tried to go to the Ada Witch. Just something to do.
Yes.
It was late at night.
What's the Ada Witch?
It's this graveyard, Finley's graveyard. Or
There's we know the Ada Witch story very well. I've been with a number of groups that have personally went out there and investigated the Ada Witch thing with 0 results whatsoever.
Yeah.
We've basically stacked it up to potentially just an old wives' tale, but it's about some young girl who fell in love with a guy, and her dad found out or something about that.
Husband caught them
her
cheating.
husband caught
Wait, when did this happen? Like last year?
1800s.
Oh, okay.
Long before places were really developed, and the 2 men actually killed each other. She killed herself out of grief, and she was supposedly buried in the Finley Cemetery. Well, we've gone through research and stuff like that and come up with nothing.
Right.
There's hope.
Well,
There's the It Gets Better campaign.
Yeah.
Too bad they didn't have YouTube around, like, It Gets Better.
We've gone out there a few times, and me and Ryan have came to the conclusion that there's actually people who sit out there, and I believe they wait for just normal people to come out, and then they start like this whole like acting thing where they're like, oh my god, did you see that? Did you see that? And we've gone out there once where this dude claimed that he was speaking Aramaic to the spirits and like all this like crazy stuff. And like I know it's fake. Like I'm 100% know that, but it's just funny like how people will like get this idea in their head that something's haunted, and they look for something so hard that like they almost like make their minds create stuff. And you guys don't do that. You guys
absolutely not.
Well, you told me earlier you guys are
almost
skeptics, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are very skeptical. I mean, yeah, we do believe in this stuff, considering we have come across it and this stuff has happened. But half of these investigations, when we go into any of these investigations, we go in there looking for nothing. We go in there trying to debunk everything. And like we said, anything that we come out